Now, ladies and gentlemen, these would not only alter the appearance of future major stickers, but rather the consumers want and desire when unboxing and investing into these things. And of course, we're talking none other than major souvenirs, but also stickers. It's been no hidden fact or secret that the past 3 years, it feels like there's been a gap, there's been a void. Every year, Valve just seems to have less and less innovation for these things. But most importantly, the rarity, especially for souvenirs, it feels like has completely been gone. Yes, it doesn't help that you can buy these things however many you want compared to how the old system used to be where you used to get drops. That's besides the point. These concepts you're seeing on screen here for both souvenirs and also the gold stickers are the future of CSGO souvenirs, but also stickers. I think it's safe to say with how good these look, it's not a matter of how they'll get added to the game, it's when. In today's video, I'm going to be reacting and looking over some concepts from Graf CSGO, a content creator and graphic designer who's extremely passionate and great at what he does, and I personally love that. Make sure to go check him out for updates on these, similar concepts like these in the future, and maybe something brand new. Links will be down in the description below.
Now today's video sponsor is of course Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is currently the easiest and also fastest way you can buy, but most importantly trade your CSGO skins. All you have to do is make sure you have your trade link, and on your first trade, if you have a leftover balance, it goes towards your current balance that can be used the next time you end up trading skins. It has 3 ways you can inspect, but most importantly has a very in-depth inspect feature that you can see corners on a karambit, for an example, that you can't really see otherwise unless you have the item in game. If you end up topping up your balance, make sure to use promo code Mando to get up to a 35% deposit bonus and a free $5 on the first trade.
So Grafs actually gave me the green light and permission to make a video on these, which is pretty awesome. I first saw these on Twitter a few days ago, and I think it let it slip past my feed until more people started retweeting it. I was like, hold up, wait a minute. When I first saw them, it looked very similar to Krakow. Little to know, I was wrong. But I'm not at the same time. They look like Krakow and Face It 2018 kind of merged and had a kid. That's the product of these things. But these are absolutely just amazing. With how dry souvenirs have been, let alone stickers, I think it's going to be pretty cool to look at them. So now this is my first kind of raw reaction looking at this in 4K. I've only seen these in 720 because if you don't have Twitter Blue, I think you can only see 720. That's what Graf said. And boy, oh boy, do these things look ever sexier than ever. That didn't really make any sense. But they do. They remind me a lot of Krakow, and I think will literally crash the gold team sticker market if these things were to come out anytime soon. They have a different design that's very clean, very sleek, very different than we've seen from the Paris major concepts so far. That, of course, being the Eiffel Tower shape, the triangular shape, and also the Cato 15 redesign. But what I really want to take a look at is, of course, the souvenirs and why they're so cool and so unique and different from others we've seen. As you can see, we still have the generic map sticker on there, which is perfectly fine to me. Maybe in the future, they might go back to how it was before, where we have some sort of autograph to make it feel even more special, but that's all right. I'd be happy with this product. These gold team stickers on the gold arabesque look so sexy, but what's most important, on the very end of the gun, we have a gold team sticker, but it's a lenticular. It also looks like it's glitter, which is just absolutely insane. And imagine how these things got dropped for this lenticular sticker was based on who won a match, not just based on one of the packages you actually get from this said map collection. I guess looking at this more in depth too, it switches between Cloud9 and Heroic, the 2 gold team stickers on there. So imagine if these 2 were having a face-off, you know, in a semi-final, maybe that's the grand final of the major. You have the 2 finalists for lenticular at the very end of your gun. This would now become the most rare sticker, but also the most innovative but good looking. Now let's give my thoughts on when I think these things could actually get added. Well, there's a big chance they could and they couldn't. Valve's a very mysterious company and we don't really know. This may be a long shot, but it's a good guess, I think. One of the arguments I've had against Valve adding anything new like this, specifically lenticulars to souvenirs and maybe just major stickers in general, is because they just introduced glitters 2 years ago, or a little over a year, not quite that long at this point. They don't like to release anything too close to each other that's this new. They want to let it sink in with all of us. And I think when more and more people start complaining, especially if it's as dry as this past year has been for content, that's when I think they'll throw it in. I think the Paris major is not going to have them, but they could throw a curveball. I do think though in the next 2 years, this is bound to happen because if you take a look at souvenirs recently, they don't feel rare. They're not very special whatsoever because you can buy as many as you want for as long as you want, apparently. I believe you had up until December 15th to claim your souvenir tokens, and while it's February 8th now, and you can still do the exact same thing for matches upwards of almost 3 months ago. So how did souvenirs go from being extremely rare to down here? Why did they change their business model? Well, to sum it up, it's money, money, money. With how popular the game's gotten and how big the player base has grown, they'd rather get people to buy these things than rather drop them in game and help their economy. This, as you can see with something like the gold arabesque, extremely devalues it, especially for something like Rio, where there's hundreds of these on the market at this point, and that's just for one major alone. With something like this releasing, I think Valve would have to make these unique in some sort of way. They would just really drop the ball on that. Like how we took a look at on the souvenirs where it changes in between teams. That could be based on a certain match. And if they threw an autograph on there for the souvenir, that would seal the deal. It'd make them special and rare again. Either way, this would make Valve a boatload of money. I would probably file bankruptcy because I would spend all my money on these things, get a whole lenticular gold souvenir collection going for whatever major that comes out on. Let me know what you guys think down below. Would you like to see these things get added to the game? I know I would for sure. Be very happy to see this change because something has to pretty soon. Make sure to go check out Graphs for more content like this. Link in the description below. Have a good day, guys. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.